Hey everybody, KC here. So I owe my son, my eldest son, David, an apology. So David is a movie fanatic, always has been. I probably have a certain amount of responsibility for that. I used to take him or show him movies like Casablanca and The Third Man when his friends, they were watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I have a certain amount of culpability for his passion for the movies. But it's been interesting as movies became more and more digital and more available in streaming. David kept buying DVDs and Blu-rays and now 4Ks, and he loves this stuff. He loves having the actual movies. And it made absolutely no sense to me because I thought, hey, he's investing in technology that is basically going to be obsolete before you know it. But then the other day, the New York Times had a story that suggested to me that maybe I was wrong and illustrated why fans of movies like to invest in having the physical copies of the film. And I quote, "In the last decade or two, the story of physical copies of movies and television has been overwhelmingly one of decline. Blockbuster is essentially gone, streaming has ascended, Netflix no longer sends DVDs through the mail, and Best Buy no longer stocks them in its stores. Many manufacturers have ceased making disc players. Retail sales of new physical products and home entertainment fell below $1 billion last year, according to the Digital Entertainment Group and Industry Association. And yet," the Times writes, "amid the streaming deluge, there are signs, small, tenuous, and anecdotal, but real, of a rebellion. Some movie fans are deciding to reinvest in the old-fashioned notion of owning copies of movies and shows. They often look and sound superior to streaming, and at least as importantly, they can be held in your hands, and absent burglary or a covetous brother-in-law, they cannot be taken away," which isn't always the case with digital, right? You're basically renting or licensing those movies. The companies from where you're getting them, they can take them away at any time. Now, it's interesting because this may not be an isolated case. Fast Company had a story the other day about how magazines, I'm talking print and paper publications for kids, are actually making a comeback. Kids, go figure, may not be as tied to their screens, to their digital media as much as we thought, especially when they're presented with a compelling case for the alternative. And that's really what's going on here. A compelling case is being made for the physical copies of movies and for why digital media has its drawbacks and limitations. And it seems to me that's something that every retailer needs to think about. You're really only as good as you are making a compelling case to your customer for why you're different, why you're unique, why you're better, and for why people should shop with you. You have to consistently and persistently make that case. But most importantly, I'm really sorry, David. I thought you were investing in obsolete technology. When it turns out, go figure, in fact, you're part of a rebellion that tells us something really important about consumer priorities and preferences. Anyway, that's what's on my mind. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.